We them boys. Holla, we making noise. Holla, we them boys. Holla, we them boys. We making noise. We them boys.
All right, awesome, and amazing. Welcome, everybody to tonight's call. I am just so extremely excited to be able to be before each and every one of you guys here tonight, just to kick it, just to rap, just to bust it up with all of you guys here. My name, if you do not know me, is Jaleel Coleman, and I actually am a part of a life-changing movement that happened to me, like, wow, I want to say, like, man, it's just like almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in January. That's so crazy. So like a year and a little bit of change. And man, like we've been able to see some life-changing things happen in my life. And when I say we, I've got a group of guys on here that are all getting ready to come on and talk about some things and talk about, just real life. We're not here to try to pitch anybody or sell anybody on anything at all. We're actually just here to just buzz it up and just to talk about real life, what's really going on out there in the world, And so a little bit about my story, I guess, so I can kind of get into it for all of you guys here for a second. 2 years ago, I was actually in high school, 2.5 years ago. And when I was in high school, man, it was just crazy because what was amazing to me was just the simple thought that, like, I wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed. I was not the smartest kid, in the classroom. Like, I literally was one of those people where I had a 2.86 GPA, when I graduated from school. I had to take the SATs twice. I literally had to take the SATs twice when I graduated from high school. And I wasn't like no scholarships were not like running after me, like, and chasing me, you know what I mean? And so long story short, I ended up having to like try to make some type of decision that was going to be best for me. And I'm like, well, what decision would be best for me to be able to go out there and pursue and, or whatever. And so I made my mom happy. By going off to, community college, right? I went to community college for about, I want to say, a year, and I was working part-time at Radio Shack, right? So as I'm working part-time at Radio Shack, I'm going away to school or whatever. Well, not away to school, but to community school, I started to realize slowly but steadily, like, me and bosses, we don't get along too well at all, right? And I'm sure so many of you guys could probably relate to that same thing. It's like, yo, me and bosses are just like, no, like, I can't do it, right? So that was how I was feeling for a long time. And while I'm working in school and, working and going to school, I realized I was getting overworked and I was getting underpaid like crazy. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, man, if I'm sitting here and I'm working for this, CEO or whatever, like what is he making? I want to be making what this guy's making. I want to be, like along, like in the big leagues, right? Like I want to be making serious money, not, just like crumb money. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying all of that to say that life was just different for me. And then next thing you know, ladies and gentlemen, boom, it all clicked for me. It all started making sense for me, and I was able to tap into a life-changing opportunity that changed my life. So tonight, we're not here to pitch. Again, we're not here to sell. We're not here to do anything like that. What we're here to do tonight is to talk about what's happening in the world. What's happening right now with people like Donald Trump about to go into office, people like Hillary Clinton may be going into office. We're here to talk about the real. We really going to keep it 100 tonight. I don't have anything up my sleeve but to simply share some life-changing information and just to have a conversation between a couple of guys who were able to dab on student loans. All right, I know that was super corny, so whatever. Okay, so I got my brothers on the line with me tonight, none other than Mr. James Sanders, Mr. Joseph Newman, and Mr. Julian Jackson. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go ahead and just ask them to go ahead and take themselves off mute, off of stopping to share their video. You see Julian's making a light skin face, so he's ready to go. He's ready to go on board. We got Joe's here. And, man, we're just going to rap, man. We're just going to have a real conversation tonight. And, guys, we're not going to be before you long at all. But we're here to just talk about the truth, right? And so the truth is, we have some dynamic guys who, like, are all under the age of, like, well, let's just say 21 and down, okay? We're all 21 and down. And, man, it's been an amazing journey. I'm sure that they can all agree with me in that regard. And each of them have some crazy stories about how they were able to swerve on student loan debt. What I didn't even realize, honestly, was that student loan debt is the #1 debt in America. So literally it is $1 trillion debt. Now, like, that's bigger than, or is it a trillion? I think it's 2 trillion at this point, right? $2 trillion debt. It's bigger than credit card debt. It's bigger than any other debt. It's the largest debt in America. The national average is $28,000 per person. Now, I'm not stuck. I'm just going to let that marinate in your mind for like 2 seconds. The average person has $28,000 worth of student loan debt. So when we think about this concept of like, man, well, how are we supposed to succeed? How are we supposed to have success, go off to school and do all these different things, but then we don't even have the money to be able to pay for, the education that we just got because we went off to school, we got this job, we followed everything right, we, followed the quote-unquote American dream, and then it really started panning out to become an American nightmare because you go off, you get this job, you go to school, then you go off, you get this job, then you realize, wait, the job that I'm working is like an entry-level position that anybody could have worked if they didn't even go to school. While the meantime, you're getting your master's because they're telling you you're not qualified enough to be able to go out there and work in the field that you studied when you went to school, which doesn't make sense. So we got 3 guys who swerved on student loan debt. I'm not going to sit here and talk the entire time. We're going to continue this conversation. We're going to vibe out. I want to bring first and foremost my little brother, Mr. James Sanders, to the line because this guy has a very unique story about how he worked his butt off when he was in school to try to get into the school that he wanted to get into. Then they swerved on him. So James, come on, bro. I want you to talk about your story, share your story a little bit with everybody and what happened to you, how you were able to figure it out.
Yo, thank you for the introduction, Julian, man. Man, I was just sitting here cracking up when you was talking about those student loans and everything. It's really crazy, man. But I just want to go out to you guys, man. My name is James Sanders, and I'm here from the Philadelphia area. And like he said, I work my butt off in high school. I work my butt off. We're talking about staying up all night long, no sleep at all, going to school for, the 6, 7, 8 hours of the day, and then still staying up doing more homework and studying, and then you take those tests and everything you're studying for, you still don't get the outcome that you want. So yeah, I studied my butt off. So my dream school I wanted to go to was University of Pittsburgh. Now I applied to different schools too that had piqued my interest and everything, but let's just be real. Let's be real right now. Those schools, they're not going to accept somebody who had, a 2.8 GPA and had to take the SATs twice. They're not going to accept nobody who, you know how they mainly focus on the 11th grade year. They're not going to accept nobody who failed half of his classes for the 11th grade year. They're not going to accept nobody like that. So I had to figure out what in the hell I was going to do. I had to figure it out. And honestly, I had no idea what I was gonna do. I tried to get in the main campus, but they didn't want me. They did not want me. They sent me to a little, they call it the branch campus, saying it's still a big thing, but it was like a community college, you might say. So I wasn't in the big leagues. I wasn't, bro. So now I came out, back in May. Let's go back in time a couple months. Back in May, I ran, this opportunity found me. I didn't find it, it found me first. And like, it just completely changed my life since then. And now, how about I put it this way? I've learned so many things about life and how it works in the past 4 months than I did in the 4 years of high school. Now, that's strong. All the hard work I did, and it didn't do anything. I followed the dream, the process of American dream that my parents showed me, and it didn't work out. So leave it like that.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And you know what's unique about your situation, James, is like you went, like you said, so hard for something that was told to you that you were going to be able to have all the success, blah, 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 whatever. And they didn't even take you. They weren't even willing to put you in, but you put in the work for it. And then now you found something to where you only put in, well, like I don't want to say you only put in, but you've been involved for 4 months and have learned more than you did in all 4 years in high school. Like that is crazy. That's like a quantum leap for sure. But now, look, let's actually fast forward though, or not fast forward, but let's switch it up a little bit because we got people who didn't get in, and then we got people who did get in and effed up their situation. So I want to bring on. I want to bring on my brother Julian Jackson for a second because I want him to share another perspective of, okay, yes, I did work my butt off. Yes, I did what I was supposed to do. I got into the school, and then I completely played myself. So, Julian Jackson, go ahead, brother. Take it away, man. Tell them a little bit about your story.
Appreciate it, man. That's hilarious, Jalil. But first and foremost, man, thanks for having me on, bro. It's a big, opportunity for me to just be able to share with you guys. But yeah, man, 20 years old, and just about 2 years ago, we're all in a situation, same situation in high school, trying to figure out what it is that we're going to do. For me, man, I never was. I'm not gonna say that I didn't like school, but it never really was for me. Only because I come from a family of entrepreneurship, and that's all I really saw. I just saw a grind. I just saw work hard and go get it done. But God, he blessed me with a little talent to be able to carry a football, be able to tackle, and so I was actually the only guy on my high school football team to receive the scholarship, to go to college on a scholarship. And yeah, like you said, I made some mistakes. As freshmen, you're 18 years old, you got freedom, and you just too much partying, too much smoking and drinking and chaos. It leads to a life of destruction. And that's where I fell into. I'll be completely transparent. I was doing my party and then I was going to class. I would literally, sign my name and then head out. And that caught up with me, to a point where I ended up getting in trouble. I had an opportunity to go back, but I feel as if everything happens for a reason. And during that time that I was out, I was actually introduced to an industry that, no cliche, changed my freaking life. And fast forward a couple months, ended up linking up with you, Jalil. I remember flying out to Philly and just rapping with you and talking to you about the vision and things that we'll still be able to do, goals that we'll still be able to accomplish. And here we are today, being able to impact in our own different ways. So it's been dope, and we're just really getting started.
That's crazy, dude. And I think that that's so real what you're saying. Like, because everybody doesn't have a cookie cutter life. Like everybody doesn't have that squeaky clean, I did everything by the book, I did everything I was supposed to do, whatever, have you. Like that's not everybody's story. And I think that your story is so significant and unique because it's like you don't have to have been perfect to still be able to have a successful life. You know what I mean? And if you weren't, like, I'm thinking for a second, okay, if you did not go to school, or excuse me, let's say that you went back to school, and then something else happened, you got kicked out, and you didn't have this particular industry to be involved in. Well, then what exactly would you do? Because, I know a lot of my friends, they say, oh, I'm just going to go out and get a club. I'm just going to go out and, go in real estate. I'm going to go, do whatever they're going to do, right? But you have to have liquid cash, a lot of it, to be able to invest. You have to be able to literally put yourself in a position to, like, have, I mean, if not good credit, because, what kid has credit, like, when you're a kid, right? But, like, and have good credit or have a whole bunch of cash to be able to invest, and then boom, you're going to be able to be good and go from there. But that's not the case of many people our age. And so I think what's unique about what we all found, I know what really sold me, what really got me, is when I was able to see, with inside of this vehicle, with inside of this opportunity, my mom takes some products. Like, you guys know, like, our flagship product, the ISOT, right? Of course, it's all natural. It's 100% certified organic. People are losing like 5 pounds in 5 days, from it's got like persimmon, malva, chamomile, papaya, ginger. I mean, like, literally the works. Any and everything that you could want and your favorite tea into one. Right, and it's been crazy. What really sold me was when I was able to see my mom lose 35 pounds in 3 months utilizing just the products. And I was saying, and I'm saying to myself, okay, there's no way that this can be a scam or that this cannot be real if I have people like my mom who's lost 35 pounds in 3 months, right? And I know, like, I don't think I have the other story. James, your mom, same thing with you. That's a similar situation to you.
Bro, it was crazy. My mom lost 40 pounds and then just in 6 weeks, a month and a half.
Wow.
It happened before my eyes. I didn't even see it happen. It's just like she was big, and next thing you know, she was small. I was like, wait, what?
Right. That's crazy. That's so crazy, dude. And so many different people having these crazy results. And I mean, you got things like the NutriBurst, which my grandmom is using. My grandmom, she's 87 years old. 87 years old. She's she's never felt better. She's walking longer distances. She's talking, and it's all like the NutriBurst. It being like 72 minerals. Y'all know, 19 amino acids. And when I was hooked. I'm not gonna lie, I was hooked when they told me that one capful of the NutriBurst was equivalent to eating 10 salads. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm not eating 10 salads a day. So there's no way, like, if this does what it says it's going to do, I know that I need this because I eat like crap all the time, like just straight up, no question, right? So I was blown away by products like the NutriBurst, the NRG, which helped me with focus, being focused and stuff like that, staying focused in school. All these different products, weight loss products. I can't even wait to, where Joe shares his story. I mean, the weight that he's lost, the weight that people like, Alicia Alexander has lost. She's 120 something pounds down from the resolution drops. So just to think, guys, that these products make sense for people our age because we know people that we're attached to that we can be able to give these products out to. And I think that the most unique part about it, and y'all correct me if y'all think anything different, but I think that the most unique part about this is the fact that for just sharing some good news, just like we're going to share with our friends about movies, about music, about all these different things, we're able to get paid. But it's like J. Cole never cut us a record for getting paid. Drake never cut us a check, for getting paid. J. Cole never cut us a check. Beyonce never cut any check, you know what I'm saying, for, single ladies and formation and all of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? We've never been cut checks by people like Jamie Foxx, people like, Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie. Right? She's an actress, right? Whatever. We've never been cut checks, but we're still sharing these good, news about these movies, this music, all of that stuff. But it's like, wow, well, finally we found something where if we share the same thing, we can get paid for it, just like Uber, right? And that's what's crazy. I think that's the most unique thing about what we do, especially the fact that we're able to get paid 5 ways. Now, all right, before I even start talking about any of that kind of stuff, right? Like, I think it's this guy's you guys, and y'all know he's the retail king. Like, this dude is just like phenomenal. Like, I think that, Joe, your story is so unique, and I want you to come on and share because the fact that you are literally in position to retail your way through college and you have no student loans on your name at all because of this opportunity. My hat is definitely off. That's why I didn't even wear a hat, because I wanted to take my hat off for you. But Joe, I want you to come on board, bro. Tell them a little bit about your story and what exactly you're experiencing right now and how crazy it is for you to make this one first way we get paid.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're on, bro. We can hear you live and clear.
All right, great. Bro, definitely thanks. I got to give it back to you, man. You know you the truth. You dope. We like brothers. We family. We feed off of each other's energy. We be there for each other, and that's really what I love about, something that we have going on. There's nothing in this world like having some like-minded people that's your age to really grind to the top with. But y'all, I'm gonna get a little real for y'all when it comes to my story, because it hits home, it hits hearts. So y'all said let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. When I was introduced to this vehicle, I was sleeping on my great grandmother's floor. I was broker than broke. We kind of laugh because I don't have any student loans, but I don't have any student loans because I was so broke I couldn't even get a loan. So I mean, everything has its purpose, but I was introduced to this vehicle and things started to pick up for me very quickly. Within 4 to 5 months, I was making my first payments for school like this. It just started moving, and then came me getting serious about my weight loss. Guys, I lost 62 pounds. Well, actually, to date, it's 64 pounds.
Yo, my guy.
Yeah, like I lost 64 pounds using, a couple of the products Jalil highlighted, and one more, which is the resolution drops. And with those drops, you can lose up to 3 pounds a day. I started using those, and I used what I go to school for. I'm in culinary arts school, so I put that with those drops. I started making out healthier meals, and I was able to lose 31.5 pounds in 24 days. And we're all kind of looking around like, where did Joe go? Where'd the rest of me go? Because I've always been the bigger guy. Like James said, he actually applied to UPitt. Well, a lot of people don't know I actually had a scholarship for UPitt when I was leaving high school. But then they got into some hazing problems and was only able to give out one of the scholarships. So, of course, they gave it to the person, they gave it to the position that they needed and not to just everybody. So that's where I caught the short end of the stick, and I didn't have a plan because I messed up through high school. It was horrible. My grades were horrible in high school, but that was because I was raised by a single mother. My 11th grade year, I was absent more from school than I actually was in school because I raised my little brother. I was there for my mom, my little sister. My older brother was in college, so we couldn't expect anything from him. And now, as of last Friday, I just signed my very first lease on an apartment of my own.
Woo! Let's go.
Yo, Joe, you gotta tell them how you making that bread, bro.
It's insane.
They're making that bread.
I definitely will. It's insane though. Just got to think about this though. Starting, I had nothing. I was on the floor, sleeping on the floor of my great grandmom's house to house to house to house. To a year and a half later, I bought my own apartment. The signing the lease process was the shortest process I've ever gone through in my life. It took maybe 15 minutes. And that's all because I've been retailing. And y'all keep hearing them say I'm the retail king. Thank you. I love being the retail king. It's what I do. And it's this simple. Like Jalil said, Uber, you get a free software when you join Uber. Well, when you come with our vehicle, you get a free website to run your business off of. And where can you make money for free at? Just think about that.
Right. That's real.
Where can you make money for free at? And so what happens is in the retail aspect is we make 50% on all retail sales that go through our website. What's incredible about that is number one, I just said the website's free.
Right.
And then part two of that is you're also able to earn 50% off of your own retail. So let me tell y'all what I was doing. I would go buy $300 worth of that incredible ISO tea that people love so much. I would get $150 back in my check, and then I'd retail all the tea out for $20 a pack. So
Yeesh.
that's $750 off of a $300 investment.
Wow.
And I did that every 2 to 3 to 4 days. Sometimes it took 4 days. My first payment for school was $675. You guys, I made that in 3 days.
Yeesh.
Whew.
That's
That's
crazy.
crazy, bro.
That's crazy.
Bro.
Well, when we talk about retailing, because we literally watched you, drop a whole person, bro. Like literally drop a whole person. But it's crazy is the people around you that were watching, they were like, yo, I'm trying to get on board too. So, it's crazy like when you're able to introduce this to other people, we all know we have to come in off a product. This is a real a business, and to get into business, you have to come in. You have to have some type of capital within the business, and so coming in with the product and being able to make 50% off of whatever product that they come in with, to be able to put that down payment on the apartment or the car to take care of the credit card debt. It's just crazy, man. Because I know when I showed it to my boys, they were like, "Yo, I want to serve you. Sign me up. Sign me up." And so that's just crazy, man. The fast start and just being able to have that, just know that you'll be able to make 50% off of a product that's gonna absolutely help a lot of people. It's just really dope.
And Jalil,
Yeah.
you and I had a conversation a couple days ago, just about a little bit how you started, and with the $97, now 97 cents being in your bank account, to how you're now able, to earn this income, through your sleep, man. And that's to me is insane. Break that down for me, man. Break it down for me.
No, yeah, I think what's dope about what we got going on, I think the most cool thing about it is, like you said, just the opportunity to be able to make money while you're asleep. I think that's a concept that's like, what? I didn't know anything about it. Like, there's no secret that I'm in my room right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a hidden thing. I'm in my room right now, but I'm talking to people all around the world, and I'm able to talk to all of these different people who are watching us right now from their phone, right now from their laptop, wherever they are in the world, and I'm in my room, but I'm able to make money. And I think, like, when it really hit me was when I was in St. Thomas, like a month ago, a month and a half ago, something like that. And when I was in St. Thomas, I was like standing there on the beach, and I'm sitting there on the beach, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, like, I'm making money right now. And just to think that it starts with two people. So, of course, getting one person on my right team, one person on my left team, boom, I help those two people get two people, and I just duplicate that process over and over again, just to know that in that one stream, I can make anywhere between $1 and $20,000 a week. And so, like, literally, if you look at my finger, it's very hard to touch it, but okay. So, oh, is it moving towards? All right. So my finger that's touching that thing right there, that's actually, that was back in February. That was the first time I ever made $1,000 in 1 week, right? And I put it on my wall because it was like, it was a monumental moment for me. Every check that I had made ever since then, like at Radio Shack and other places, was only like $430 for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks. So it's like the first time I made $1,000 in a week, my first $1,000 check, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Now, of course, I'm not making any income claims or anything like that. Results are not necessarily typical. However, the whole idea, guys, that you can make as much money as you want. Then here's where it gets really crazy. Then to know that every single time I help my boys, you guys, start making money in your residual, I get paid 50%. So it's like, I'm gonna help as many people as possible get paid so that I can get paid back in return, all while I'm swerving on these student loans,
And
which
then
is
and then the
crazy.
fact that you're able to do it, pretty much anywhere in the world. Because I can't keep up with how many flights you've been on, bro. Like every time I
Yeah.
hop on Snapchat, You got either the passport up or a boarding pass, something.
First class.
But what's most incredible about that is you even get a 10 to 50% match off of the people that they help out.
Right. Absolutely.
That's insane.
No, that's freaking bananas.
Yo.
Bananas. And I think that's incredible. But really, I think what you're saying is that last way. James always talks about that too. That last way, like he loves that last way to get paid all the time.
Bro.
Lifestyle.
I haven't got an allowance since I was like 10 years old. The company gives you an allowance of $1,500 every month when you hit the rank of national and hold it for 4 weeks.
Shush.
Bro, and you can do anything you want with it.
Right.
I
Free
said
$1,500 just to breathe.
Right. That's crazy.
sneakers.
Hey, Jalil, what's your next rank, bro?
National.
What you gonna be getting every month?
1,500, baby, a month. We're not
Additional
like
other 4.
Yeah, like honestly, income is great. Money is cool, but the biggest thing I think for me is just the fact that I get the chance to share with my boys. To be able to kick it, to be able to vibe, to be able to have a good time, to be able to really help people, to show them that they don't have to be a genius, because that was me. I remember feeling inadequate to all my friends in high school, feeling like they were better than me, feeling like I wasn't doing anything. I remember not being in AP classes, honors classes, and all of that stuff, having all of these other people who were supposed to be the elite of the school or whatever because they were in better classes. And now that I found the opportunity where it doesn't matter whether you come from Yale or whether you come from jail. You could go to Harvard or high school. It doesn't matter, as long as you will commit to grinding and staying in your process, staying in your lane. You could be able to do it. So, guys, I think this was a really, really cool call. I'm glad I just got a chance to kick it. This is nothing different than when we're just around kicking it and staying in hotel rooms. We've been to, Atlanta, New Orleans together. Houston is where we're going next. And, we got so many other trips that we're taking. But maybe you're watching this video. Maybe you're sitting here, you're on your phone, you're watching wherever you are. Maybe somebody invited you to this call, who didn't speak tonight, but, you've heard it, and now you're saying to yourself, wow, well, what they talked about, they just rapped. They didn't sell me anything. They didn't do anything. All they did was just have a conversation. And that's all we do, is get paid to have conversations. And as you're watching this, maybe you're saying to yourself, man, maybe there could be more to this. What I want you to do now is get back with the person that invited you to this video. And I want you to tell them, hey, you know what? I watched this video. I think it's pretty cool, but I want to know more. I want to know exactly how things work and what exactly will be required of me to be able to, join and, become a part of the movement. Guys, this is not a business only, it's a family. And we've been able to build a family culture in which our mission is to be able to help 1,000 young people make $1,000 a month or more, just simply because they can be able to be put in a position to be able to, not have to go to the restaurant and get an appetizer and a water with lemon and call that a meal. To be able to buy things that they want, to go to movies that they want to go, and impress girls. I know I love impressing girls. Like that's no, I'm just messing, but I'm very serious. But no, the whole thing, guys, is just being able to be in position to be able to do what you want when you want to be able to do it. And so this is who we are. And if you're thinking about the opportunity we've been talking about, it's called TLC. If you want to know more, get back with the person that invited you to this call. Guys, this has been your man, Jalil Coleman, my guy, Julian Jackson, Mr. Joseph Newman, Mr. James Sanders. We're signing out. That was the real talk about student loans and how we swerved and dabbed on them. Talk to you guys soon. You guys have a good one.